Good Monday morning. It is July 28th, 2025. And that means we made it. We made it to the start of the Hat and Beard Show. Going 5 days a week, guys. We are going to be here Monday through Friday from now through February. Who knows, maybe even into next off season. But, boys and girls, even bigger and more awesome news on Thursday. This very Thursday. 3 days. 3 days from now. We will finally have our first NFL action. Preseason it might be. Hall of Fame game it might be. But as of yesterday, there will be no more weekends without football from now until February. And that is a glorious thing, boys and girls, because I tell you what, we are getting kind of tired of talking about things like this. UFL relocation sparks new outrage and action from fans. Fans from the Birmingham Stallions, Michigan Panthers are not giving up on their teams despite reports that the UFL is relocating to new markets in the 2026 season. So ideally, we'll stop having to fill you guys with this slop content because there's not, training camps are underway, but there's just not a whole lot rocking and rolling and kicking around as far as the NFL is concerned. We will be rolling on over, though, to SI on Detroit Lions right here. This is how the Lions offense pushes Jack Campbell to grow and improve. Jack Campbell action. Jack Campbell. We are a huge fan of action. Jack Campbell here at the Hat and Beard Show is expected to take an even bigger role. Even bigger than what he was doing last year. Really, putting on bigger pants than he needed to be putting on, at least where you'd like from a developmental standpoint, when our linebacker room was decimated top to bottom with injuries, and Jack Campbell ended up being the last man standing. And boy, did he ever ascend to that level that he needed to, and this year expected to take an even bigger jump. I myself have called for Jack Campbell to be the next Brian Urlacher of the NFC North, so we'll talk about that. Then we will be rolling over to Detroit Football Network.net. This is Allen Park colleague Dave Burkett generated some buzz heading into the weekend when he reported the Lions have conversations about adding edge rusher Matt Judon. The news, seemingly out of left field, is worthy of discussion. Is it, though? I don't think so, because I'm going to be one of those guys. I think we got everybody here in-house that we need. And that's actually the poll question. There is Matthew Judon the missing piece? Yes, we need more D-line help with 25% of the vote. No, it's a foolish move with 25% of the vote. And then 50% of you say depth. Well, depth is depth. And if we learned anything last year, it is that can't have too many people. Especially the way our team just got absolutely ravaged by injuries. So we'll kind of poke around at that personally. I think it's kind of a silly little thing. I'm telling you guys right now, the Egyptian Hammer, Ahmed Hassanin, better watch out for that guy. We will be rolling over to one of our favorite reporters that we like to read. That is, the veteran, the guy himself, Tim 20man. And this came out yesterday. Training camp day 6 observations. So there's some things that have really impressed our guy, Tim 20man, and we're going to go ahead and poke around at that, just to kind of bring you guys a little up-to-date information, kind of keep you guys knowing what's going on and where things are kind of sitting as far as who's excelling, who's necessarily not showing out so much, but what you can expect, because we only have 3 days now before we get to see some of these guys in action. And that's going to be absolutely awesome to finally see our team on the field. Don't expect to see anybody, regular season-wise starters, but expect to see some of these roster guys, some of these guys that we here at the Hat and Beard Show, when we're out in the weeds, out in the middle of the offseason, slogging around talking about depth pieces. These guys we've talked about a lot, and there are guys who have actual chances to make rosters. There are guys who are really splashing in training camp. Now, some of those guys we know, Isaac Tesla, really showing out. Boy, oh boy, am I happy to see Isaac Tesla showing out. And then, going to keep it right here local. Camp notes, Hutchinson dominating to start camp. A little bit of good news. He is our thumbnail boy of the day. So make sure to stick around for that because, we are so high on Aiden Hutchinson here at the Hat and Beard Show. You guys know I'm calling for him to win not only Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, but even have a dark horse shot, just like he did his Heisman candidacy year in college, have an outside shot at winning NFL MVP. I actually expect Aiden Hutchinson to be that dominant of a force, especially when you couple him with a growing and maturing secondary, a getting better secondary. And I'm telling you, if Marcus Davenport can stay healthy all year and Ahmed Hassanin can be who we think he might be able to be, Aiden Hutchinson's going to have himself a 69 sack season. You guys best believe it. But, boys and girls, before we dive into all of that stuff, if you wouldn't mind kindly doing all the things, walk on over to that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We are steamrolling right towards 700 subscribers and a goal of maybe getting to 1,000 subscribers, maybe by Thanksgiving. Oh! What do you guys think about that? That'd be kind of nice, right? But ring that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live, Monday through Friday. That's right, 5 days a week. I'm bringing you guys content 5 days a week, whether you're at work or you're at home. I got you covered. Just go ahead and listen to the Hat and Beard Show. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. All you gotta do is hit that notification button, hit that push notification. It'll take you right to the show, bring you right into where we're at, or you can watch it afterwards. If you're watching it afterwards, go ahead and comment down below if you're watching it afterwards. I appreciate all you guys doing what you do. Go ahead and assault the like button, hit it with the 2-piece and a biscuit on your way over to the most important button. The most important thing you can do is share this channel around with all your friends. Share this video around with all your friends and family. Go ahead and just copy that link down on your clipboard. You don't have to tamper with your well-groomed and manicured social media presence, all right? Don't tell Nana you're a fan of the Hat and Beard Show. It's totally fine. That's totally cool. But I just want to say thanks for tuning in and thanks for telling a friend. That's what we love about you guys and gals. Let's get into the show, fellas.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Do you like my new opening? You like that? Oh, dude, yeah. I'm glad you picked out that voice, Mr. Detroit City. Yes, that's a Jocko. That's some Jocko lineage right there. Did you guys like that? Made that myself. Been spending the last few days just kind of tweaking that, making that myself. So hopefully, I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Gets me hype. If that doesn't get you hype, dude, if my opening doesn't get you hype for Lions football, then you don't have a heartbeat. All right, you don't have a heartbeat. So. All right, guys, real quickly, we're just gonna poke around with the UFL because there's not a lot of NFL news, but so we got shitbox stuff. The UFL is currently feeling the wrath of the fans who will not stand by in silence anymore. The bombshell report surfaced this week that the league was going to relocate all 4 USFL conference teams, the Birmingham Stallions, our Michigan Panthers, the Houston Roughnecks, who need to move to Oklahoma, and the Memphis Showboats, who need to go anywhere but Memphis, to new cities. Those new locations are expected to be Florida, Kentucky, Boise, and Columbus. Well, that is gross. This news has not sat well with the fan base, as they have been outraged by the loss of multiple teams. The league has called it unauthorized speculation, while Stallions head coach Skip Holtz has been told that it is business as usual. It even prompted Mayor of Birmingham Randall Woodfin to chime in on social media about the news. Good for him. How are the Birmingham and Michigan fans trying to save their teams? Next, hashtag Save the Stallions has been trending with the Birmingham fan base being the loudest among the 4 teams. Panthers fans have held their own. There is a change.org separation petition with one being Save the Stallions, and that has over 1,300 votes or signings as of Friday morning. There's also a Stallions petition with more than 500 people signing the Panthers petition as well, which is a good thing. So the fans are starting to kind of speak back. Now, look, I get it. Okay? I get it. It's not that good of a product. It's not NFL, and it's not high-end college ball. But, big and hairy with a crack in the back. But it is nice to have spring ball because I don't like basketball. I don't like baseball. I don't like hockey. I watch golf, and I kind of watch a little bit of racing from time to time. I like having the spring football itch scratched. It is a nice little, you know, pat on the back there. Nice little. I call it methadone for football. Because after the draft, we're just in that desert. You know what I'm saying? We're just out there in that desert, and it just sucks. So I kind of like having the spring game there, and I like having the Michigan Panthers here. I think it's for lack of a better term, they're a nice little developmental team for the Detroit Lions. If you look at Jake Bates and maybe Toa Taua having some success, you know what I'm saying? Credit should be given to the Stallions and Panthers fan base for coming together and fighting for their teams. Both have legitimate arguments to be made. At least have one of those teams stay in the UFL. The Stallions have been the class of the UFL in spring football, winning 3 league championships since 2022. Their attendance was more than 10,000 people per game in 24, but dipped to less than 9,000 per game in 2025. I'm sure that has absolutely nothing to do with the state of the economy. That had no meaning. The Panthers are, skipped ahead. Birmingham still has managed to have almost 11,000 fans there for USFL Conference Championship games. So that's, put butts in seats. Michigan was a massive disappointment to hear that it was the only UFL team that improved in attendance in 2025. Now, there is a reason for that. The Panthers averaged more than 11,000 fans per game, including drawing over 16,000 for their final home game that had absolutely no meaning on their playoff positioning. The Panthers are coming off 3 straight postseason appearances and lost in the UFL title game against the DC Defenders last month. Well, we got our absolute shit pushed in and just taken out behind the woodshed, and the DC Defenders with an incredibly pissed off Jordan Taiamu, who should have won league MVP. Sorry, Bryce Perkins. It is what it is. The reality is it should have been Jordan Taiamu. They opened up a old big can of whoop-ass on us and really took us out. But, real quickly, the Michigan Panthers did see an uptick in attendance, and that is because, for those of you who aren't from the Michigan area, Michiganders, Michiganians, those of us who are from the swampy mitten, we really, really have a thing for buying local and supporting Michigan-owned companies. I mean, that's why, Faygo is so popular. That's why it's so cool to see Sonic and Knuckles do an ad for Faygo because it's local, So we will tend to kind of go out of our way to support, buy, purchase, and endorse local products. So that's why and the product wasn't bad. It helps when you have a winning product, right? When the team is electrifying. Bryce Perkins, before he got hurt, was pretty electrifying. Big dip off, and then obviously as the season progressed, people got injured, dinged, and knocked out. When you get to the reserve players of the UFL Spring League, you're getting into real bottom end talent. So the product wasn't so great. If we could continue to develop, the UFL and the NFL could make some type of a partnership, and the NFL would put a little bit of their marketing behind. And I'm not even asking for much. I'm asking for just like a cunt hair of productivity and marketing behind it. The UFL could be a much, much better product. It just sucks that Michigan's going to end up losing their team. There's no denying that not many people will miss the Showboats or the Roughnecks after disastrous seasons with attendance. Houston had about 5,700 people per game, while Memphis had the worst with right under 4,000 people per game. Yeah, the nobody liked the Memphis Showboats, and they were a trash can team. Taking 2 teams like the Panthers and Stallions away does not seem like the white flag is being waved a bit too soon. The UFL understands the attendance issue is reportedly taking action with the team moves. It does not pose an interesting question, though, as to whether the fans will spark the league to change its mind, at least in Michigan and Birmingham. What an epic moment it would be if the fans were able to save at least 2 of the teams from relocating. Indeed, it would. I think it'd be super awesome. Birmingham, both of these teams, both Michigan and Birmingham, have, in my opinion, a legitimate argument as to why they should stay. Birmingham, obviously, being the cream of the crop, the class of the entire UFL, not just the USFL conference. That being said, Michigan also has one of the nicer facilities to play in, being that they played at Ford Field, which is the problem. Ford Field is incredibly expensive for them to play in and rent out for the games if you're not going to have massive attendance because it is a huge venue. Now, if Michigan could stay local, maybe go play at like Cosby Field up in Ypsilanti, that wouldn't be too terrible, but it looks like they're going to end up being one of the relocated teams, and unfortunately, I hate seeing the town Columbus come up. That really, really, really sucks because I don't like Ohio. Oh, did you guys see that little advertisement they're trying to push on me for holsters? Can you tell what I've been shopping for? Selling my data. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. We're going to go ahead and walk on over, though. Enough of the UFL trash talk. Let's go ahead and get into some Detroit Lions. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about the Detroit Lions, guys. This is our team, and there's our guy. Woo-wee, our guy. Action Jack Campbell. Action Jack Campbell. Been a big fan of this guy since he came out of the draft, right? I thought he was going to be a little bit better in coverage his rookie year, considering how well he played in coverage at Iowa his final year. There's a huge learning curve, though, going from playing in the Big Ten, not the best conference in college football, not the fastest conference in college football. There is a learning curve that he would have. You would expect him to have. The rookie year was kind of rough to watch in pass coverage, though he was a good run defender. And then you seen him take that big step last year. And statistically speaking, it was like a 40-point recovery, according to PFF in his pass grading out. He was like a 36 overall in pass coverage his rookie year, and then jumped to, I want to say, in the low 70s his rookie year. So his sophomore year. So if he can continue to ascend and get into the mid 80s, while maintaining a high level of play with his run defense, and maybe even sending him on a couple blitzes, maybe picks up a nice little move here or there, kind of like apparently Ahmed Hassanin has been picking up the spin move from Aiden Hutchinson. Hey. Telling you. But maybe Jack Campbell. I'm telling you, dude, this guy's going to be the next Brian Urlacher. This is coming to us from Vito Chichiro. Entering his third NFL season, Jack Campbell is undoubtedly one of the focal points of the Detroit Lions defense. Operating in the middle of the field as the team's Mike linebacker, he's become a cerebral leader for Dan Campbell's squad. Let's close this. Sorry. He's fully embraced the role of being the quarterback of the defense and is expected to relay the play calls made by defensive coordinator Calvin Shepard from the sideline this upcoming season. Plus, he's steadily improved his production on the field. Yes, it's a little plus. He led all Lion defenders with 131 tackles just last season. This progression from Campbell, both on the field and off the field, is not just because of his defensive counterparts pushing him either. It's also a byproduct of the high IQ battles he faces on a daily basis in practice against his own offense. We say that all the time, don't we? Iron sharpens iron, and this is something that I had never really even thought about. I'm so focused on the development of Aiden Hutchinson versus Penei Sewell and how electrifying our wide receivers are and how that should elevate our secondary, considering we have the two best safeties in football. But man, when you think about the ascension Jared Goff has played or done in his years here in Detroit, the offense that everybody's real high on, the big brain of small PP Benedict Arnold Johnson, the traitor in the Windy City, well, Jack Campbell, he developed against that player and that offense. So, of course, iron sharpens iron, right? Why didn't I never even make that connection? Good Lord. Quote, he's one of those guys that was a little bit ahead of everything mentally, and now to see where his growth is, it's impressive. He's done an outstanding job. He's got a good feel for the game. He understands the game. He knows what we're trying to do defensively. He did with former Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, AG, and even more so now with Shep. So a deeper understanding because probably, Calvin Shepard, being the linebackers coach, had 2 years to really mold Action Jack Campbell into what he wants. And if Jack Campbell took to that toolage and that coaching up, he's going to know exactly what Calvin Shepard wants out of every position group, what he expects not only his position group but every other player to do, because it should be ingrained in him by now. You know what I'm saying? There's no denying the fact that Jack Campbell is a highly intelligent player, and he uses those smarts to come up with stops more often than not. It's why the Detroit head coach is expecting even more out of the linebacker in 2025. We're going to give him a lot more. He and Alex Anelzone both, Dan Campbell said. A lot more flexibility to us to get the play because he also studies the opponent. He's studying our offense, and he's trying to get any little key that he can just to make us better. Can you tell what specific holster and loadout I'm looking to get? Clearly, I'm looking at Springfield Armory. Holy shit. Damn, they are really with the targeted ads. My God, guys. So it's one of the reasons we drafted him is some of these teams that have this some of these Mike linebackers. You think of that, man, they're running, hitting, and smart as a whip, and that's why we like Jack. That intelligence is being tested and fine-tuned by none other than Lions quarterback JG16 for MVP Jared Goff. Burp, burp, burp. A seasoned veteran who is also readily equipped with a cerebral approach to the game. Their daily chess matches in practice have become a sight to see in Allen Park. And now that I think about it, aren't those two just damn near exact replicas of personality-wise, how they talk in interviews, how their body language is on the field? Holy shit. Jack Campbell is Jared Goff of the defense. Wow. Hey, Chase, morning, dude. It's all good, brother. No worries, brother. Good to see you, dude. What's up, man? It's fun to watch, Lions head coach said of the daily battles between Action Jack Campbell and JG16 for MVP Jared Goff. Burp, burp, burp. You watch both sides go back and forth, and then if something happens day one, whether it didn't happen at the end of practice, you figure it out, and we're able to answer back. It's going to happen in the afternoon practice or the next day's practice where somebody's going to adjust. Defense got you. Offense has got to adjust. So it is good. It is good. To Dan Campbell, this high level of competition between the two sides only helps elevate the quality of play for both offense and defense. I've said this before. That's how you get better. You just continue to raise the floor. Everybody gets better and better and better, Campbell expressed. And then pretty soon, when you do enough of it, your weaknesses begin to go away on both sides of the ball. And that's something, if our floor is six levels ahead of everybody else's floor, even on our worst days, we're still going to be competing with most teams' ceilings. You know what I'm saying? Lord help him if we hit that ceiling. If we said turn it on and go to our ceiling. Due to Goff's influence, Campbell has also seen himself make strides with quickly picking up on reads from the offense. He's seen a lot of football, and he's played at a really high level. He's one heck of a player, Campbell said of the Detroit Signal caller. It's so fun to get up and go against him, and when we see what we're and what he was seeing, what he was thinking, and then him to come over to me and ask who's pressured on that play, just to kind of figure out why he's making this throw there, why he's not making that throw there. So it's been fun. He's just one heck of a competitor and a great leader. Along with benefiting from Goff's veteran savvy, Campbell also greatly benefited from going head-to-head with the likes of tight end, one of the best tight ends in the league, might I add, quietly under the radar Sam Laporta, and running back David Montgomery on a daily basis. Campbell, for one, believes that Laporta is, quote, one of the best route-running tight ends in the NFL, and he's pretty much played against all of the elites already at an early stage in his career. I might get beat. I might win. It doesn't matter, Campbell said, of going up against Laporta in practice. I feel like the biggest improvement I see in myself is when I do things I don't want to do, and I go up against people who are going to push me to get better. That's good. Good. Didn't succeed on that play? Good. You have the opportunity to get better. Good. Good. Jack Campbell. Good. Start calling him Jocko Campbell. Good. Good. Oh, man. So here's the thing, guys. I'm looking at buying the Springfield XD 3.0, which should fit the Mod 2 4-inch barrel, but I need an optic ready. What I want is a outside the waistband, optic and flashlight ready, similar to what this F&N is holding right here. Now, Alienware makes a good few handful of kind of universal fit holsters that I was kind of looking at. The problem is it's I don't know how I feel about level 2 retention. I don't know if I necessarily want to be clicking a button with a thumb or a finger when I'm drawing. Do any of you guys have any experience with a level 2 holster? I know this is kind of super off topic, But with the ad just made me think of it. So mull on that a little bit. We're going to go ahead and watch this Alex Anelzone. Detroit Lions linebacker Alex Anelzone comments after first camp practices. So let's go ahead and, oops, where's the volume? There we go.
Yeah. Is this a sign of anything getting closer contractually?
No. It's just a rehab progression.
What's up next inning? Team drills next week?
I have no clue. I gotta ask our trainers and see what they have in store.
Is that how it works? I mean, you meet with the trainer after your session?
Yeah, just see how you feel, and then you
the schedule for you?
Yeah, you feel the same, feel better, feel worse, and you go from there.
How do you feel?
Feels good.
I'm sorry, I came in late. Does this mean there's a new contract?
No. No.
Just having fans out here for the first time. I know you said you
Yeah.
your appreciation for them.
Yeah.
You heard them chant your name,
Yeah.
I'm sure, one time.
Yeah, I think I actually have to go sign.
Okay.
I'm up for signing today. But yeah.
What did it mean when you hear them chant your name like that?
Oh, it's cool. Yeah.
All right, real quick, based on the body language, I don't know if you guys caught this, but he says, one reporter comes in, he says, I'm late, but does this mean there's a new contract in place? Now watch Alex Anzalone's body language.
Does this mean there's a new contract?
No.
So he's at camp, no contract, laughs in the reporter's face, and gets ready to go sign.
I did. I grew up in Eastern Pennsylvania, so I was an Eagles fan, and I remember going to maybe 2 of their training camps.
All right, well, good for him. But I think that's a good sign that he's in camp, no new contract. Yeah, he wants a new contract, but you know what? It looks like he's not going to be doing any type of holdout nonsense bullshit or tomfoolery. If you guys haven't already, comment, subscribe, do all the things, press all of my bells and buttons. Make sure to vote down in the poll. Is Matthew Judon the missing piece? We're going to go ahead and read about him right here and right now. Sorry about the offset here. This is a weird article, and it's slid way over to the middle, but we'll go ahead and just continue onward here. Colleague Dave Burkett generated some buzz heading into the weekend when he reported the Lions have had conversations about adding edge rusher Matthew Judon. The news, seemingly out of left field, is a worthy of discussion. Admittedly, we don't know how serious Detroit's interest is in Judon, specifically, at least in the way it was reported. It's certainly possible things didn't progress much beyond an internal conversation, one of hundreds that team leadership has regarding available players. Lions head coach Dan Campbell downplayed the team's desire to add outside pass rush help when asked by Burkett during Friday's press conference. Quote, "Just worried about elevating the guys we got here right now," Campbell said. "We've got a good crop of guys here, young players. We're about to go see what we can pull out of them, see what we can develop, see what comes from it, and we'll take it from there. Still, some evergreen truths exist that pertains to roster management. Probably the most significant is that front offices are always looking for ways to improve the roster. How many times have you heard a GM drop the cliche that they're turning over every stone, whether it's via free agency, the draft, or the trade market? And there are a few more obvious ways to give roster a jolt than bolstering the pass rush. Lions fans have certainly been clamoring for more to be invested into the edge rushers this offseason. So at this most basic level, the idea that Detroit brass had a dialogue about Judon makes sense. This 4-time Pro Bowler, we're talking about a guy who had back-to-back double-digit sacks in seasons 2021 and 2022, and even thought he's in the twilight of his career, with declining production as he approaches his 33rd birthday. There's probably enough in the tank to meaningfully contribute in a rotationary role, but if we're going to go after Matthew Judon, I guess my thing would be, why not just bring back Big Z? Detroit's interest is almost certainly fueled by the team's injury situation going into the offseason. The top 4 spots at the edge rush depth chart seemed clear. Hutch, Marcus Davenport were going to start, with Pascal and Al-Qadim Muhammad providing depth. And Pascal, he's always hurt. I'm telling you, Hassanin, though. The problem is that the depth has been shelved by injury. The Lions got good news on that front on Saturday when Muhammad returned to practice, but Pascal remains on the non-football list and isn't expected back until early September. And, respectfully, 6th-round draft pick Ahmed the Hammer Hassanin has a ways to go with his development before he's ready to fill that void. That's what you say, but I beg to differ. Between Pascal and an inability to fully trust Davenport after 3 consecutive seasons marred by injury, the Lions can reasonably use an injection of depth, someone capable of playing between 15 to 25 snaps per game immediately. and able to step into a bigger role if an injury further up the depth chart dictates it. There's been a lingering expectation that Zadarius Smith would be the guy to fill that void if needed. He has not hidden his interest in returning to Detroit since being released as a cap casualty in March. So would that make Judon a preferable option? Maybe he's cheaper. Perhaps the Lions feel better about his reliability against the run, or maybe floating Judon's name out there as a leverage play in an effort to lower Smith's price tag into a range the Lions are comfortable paying. For now, as Campbell pointed out, they're going to see what they have in their youth. Sure, the hammer. Hassanin is part of that conversation. But so are Nate Lynn, Mitchell Agude, Isaac Akuwu, and Keith Cooper, a 280-pound undrafted free agent who might be the best of the bunch in simulating Pascal's ability to play both on the edge and inside. The question is can he simulate Josh Pascal's ability to not be available? With Smith or Judon, it wouldn't take them long to get up to speed. The Lions can go through the preseason game or two and gauge whether they've got a temporary solution already on the roster. And if no cream rises, they can pivot to one of those veterans with enough time for them to be ready to roll when week 1 rolls around. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about Matt Judon? Look, if we're going to go the veteran route, I like Matt Judon. He is a local guy, right? And he played at a very high level. Played. Past tense. But that's kind of where we're at with these veteran guys that we're going to be, if we're going to be going this route, if Marcus Davenport ends up. And, Marcus Davenport, he has been marred by injuries, but, he's not really that old of a defensive end, and he has been looking really, really good in pajama practices, right? So, do we go after a veteran if, say, obviously Pascal's not going to be available? If Muhammad goes down, then you're going to have to probably go after a veteran just to have a proven piece in camp and on roster. But then it comes down to, who do you like more? You like Judon because of what he used to be able to do. You like Zadarius Smith because he's a fan favorite. He wants to be here. But you know what you're getting out of Zadarius Smith. You don't really know what you're getting out of Matt Judon. You can see all the tape from last year, his 1 year in Atlanta. You can salivate over his back-to-back double-digit sacks in 21 and 22. But is he still that guy? Probably not, just like Zadarius Smith wasn't that guy. Ended up being regulated to a third-down pass rush specialist, and even then wasn't necessarily that effective. I believe him, Muhammad, and Pascal all had the same number of sacks through the same number of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I want this to happen? No. What I really want to have happen is I want Ahmad Hassanin to be that guy. Z over Judon for sure, Brent DeWitt. Yeah, you like Judon for a 1 year rental? I like him for, well, both of these guys, I think Brent, oh, hey, Brent, by the way, dude, I wasn't ignoring your comments, dude. I've just been super busy this weekend, bud. My bad. I was on vacation and just got busy, dude. My bad. I wasn't ignoring your stories. I was trying to chase down some tails on that, or chase down some leads on that. But we weren't just ignoring you, buddy. I'm sorry. I just got really busy this weekend with vacation and whatnot and all that stuff. So I like Judon as a 1 year rental. I like Zadarius Smith as a 1 year rental. The problem is do you go? Basically where it comes down to is the fork in the road. Is do you go with the devil you know or the devil you don't know? Probably go with the devil you don't, or probably go with the devil you do know. He's a couple of years younger. Maybe he's a little bit more in tune with what we're trying to accomplish. Maybe he's a little bit more productive in his very specified role. If it comes into a nice rotationary piece, obviously you need 4 defensive ends, 5 if one guy can kind of be a tweener type position. But can Hassanin be a tweener? Can Muhammad be a tweener? Probably not. Neither one of those guys can really rotate, or have we seen them with the ability to rotate down inside. What you're looking for is someone to replace Levi Onwuzurike is what we're really after. A Josh Pascal type player, a oversized defensive end, undersized defensive tackle, one of those hybrid type guys, because we know that the Lions like to have this Swiss Army knife style player. Kind of, I need you to be able to do multiple things. And can Judon do that? I don't really know, because I don't know that much about him. I do know that he's way on the wrong side of 30. But maybe he could be trying to catch a ring, chase a ring, be one of those type players. Maybe comes in, plays 15, 20 snaps a game, and is electrifying in him. Comes away with some pressures. I don't know. I would go the big Z route, though, if it were me. So that is what it is. Probably Josh P's last year as a line. I hope so, dude. Brent, I really hope so as well. I kind of had some high hopes for Josh Paschal when we drafted him because obviously he was the second defensive end we took in that draft behind Aiden Hutchinson, who went number 2 overall. But Brad Holmes doing that double thing where he likes to double up on positions, right? Did the same thing the following year, or not the following year, but the year after with or 2 years later, with Terry Arnold, Enos Rakestraw Jr. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that he likes to do this double thing, and Josh Paschal just never really, availability is the best ability, and you're never available, and when you are available, you're not really that productive. So, bye. Bye, Felicia. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, Josh Paschal, if this is the end of you in Detroit here, then I'm just going to tell you one thing. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted. You didn't get the promotion you wanted. Good. You have the opportunity to get better. You know what I'm saying? Good. But let's keep focusing on our Detroit Lions. DetroitLions.com. Tim, 2020 man, training camp day 6 observations. This was Saturday's observations, bringing the juice. The energy level was definitely up Saturday as the Lions welcomed season ticket members to the Meyer Performance Center for practice. Migère. It's French. Migère. The fans definitely brought the energy, and the players were responding to it. All practice. Red zone offense. Saturday was a padded red zone day for the Lions, so I charted the quarterback play in competitive 7-on-7 period as followed. Jared Goff was 5 of 6 with a touchdown pass to wide receiver Jameson Williams on a crosser. Goff's only incompletion in the period was a drop by running back David Montgomery. I thought Goff had a strong day overall on Saturday. Hendon Hooker ran the second offensive unit and went 3 of 6 in that period. He made a great throw to wide receiver Tom Kennedy, TK85, in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown, but missed high on a couple of other throws. Big surprise. Kyle Allen was a perfect 6 of 6 for the third team. 4 of those were short drop-offs, but he did make a really nice throw to rookie wide receiver Dominic Lovett between 3 defenders for a score and had another touchdown pass to Brock Wright. The catch of the day, Kennedy's grab from Hooker was really nice on the 7-on-7. Rookie Jackson Meeks had a nice sliding one-handed catch early on in practice too, but I have to give the award to the rookie Isaac Tesla for ending the last team period of practice with a TD catch down the left sideline where he battled a 50-50 ball all the way from cornerback DiCaprio Boodle. If you've seen that, I don't know if we got that. They might have. I don't know if we got that. But we'll see if we can find that. It was a sick. I mean, he caught it like around the defender, and it does. Look, all I'm saying. Look, guys, Isaac Tesla, you are doing yourself no favor, no favors at all. At least in my book, when you go and do shit like that, you're not doing yourselves any favors in shucking that Cooper Kupp comparison. Tough runner. Rookie running back Kyle Robichaux is going to be someone to watch Thursday night in Detroit's first preseason contest. Let's just say the rookie doesn't shy away from contact and always looks to finish a run. He delivered some nice finishing blows on run Saturday and plays a physical brand of football. Vantage point. For one red zone period, I was standing right by the upright behind the end zone with the offense coming towards me. It was a great view to watch Goff's eyes and how he uses them to manipulate or look off defenders. It's an underrated skill for a quarterback, and it was cool watching him from that vantage point to see how defenders reacted to it. The big play. The Lions have so many skill weapons. We sometimes forget about veterans like Khalif Raymond. Not only is Raymond one of the best punt returners in the game, but he's a reliable receiver as well. In a team period versus the defense, Goff hit Raymond on the right sideline, and Raymond spun away from a cornerback, Amik Robertson, and finished with a long touchdown. Off the crossbar, Goff connected with Williams on a red zone 7-on-7 touchdown when Williams took a short crosser into the end zone after eluding 2 defenders. Williams' celebration was a between-the-legs dunk attempt over the crossbar. He got up there, but was just short with it, and it bounced off the crossbar. Nice attempt, though. You are not Calvin Johnson. Practice report, Alex Anzalone was back at practice, though most of his work was off to the side as he worked back into the mix. Cornerback Enos the Penis Rakestraw Jr. returned to practice after missing the last few days with a chest injury. Cornerback DJ Reed and edge rusher Al-Qadin Muhammad worked off the side of practice and looked close to returning. Safety Kirby Joseph did not practice on Saturday. Some pictures here. JMO, Monty. Hell yeah. You can see an intensity. I know that the pictures are done by professional photographers, but there's an intensity in the body language and the motion of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Hendon Hooker trying to get himself that number 2 quarterback spot, but we'll see how he performs in preseason. I'm starting to think that what's his name? Kyle Allen's going to end up usurping that spot from him. Let's go ahead and watch this video. Oh, there's going to be an ad. Go ahead and mute that ad. Nobody likes ads. Frankenmuth Insurance. The Muth is getting luth. We're getting goofy with it here, fellas. We're getting goofy with it. Let's go ahead and get this underway. Bam. How long is this? Come on. I just cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Looks like it's the faithful. That's right. Everybody else bailed on us, huh? That's right. We'll see you. Man, good. It was good work yesterday. First day of pads. Love the energy. As always, we got a lot to clean up, but man, that was good. You know, it was good. And thought they went back and forth, and we got a little bit better on both sides of the ball, which is all you're looking for. And so get that cleaned up, and then get another good day today. So we're looking forward to that. Questions?
Preseason game coming soon. I know you got a few days.
Niger.
What's the line with maybe some rookies, guys that you expect to help you play quite a bit, but
Sure.
guys that maybe need, you want to see play sometime too, but what's the fine line there of deciding kind of who plays, how much they play, especially with the young guys that you expect a lot from once the regular season comes too?
Well, I think all of those guys need to play in a game or games. So I think our young guys are going to, I see them playing in this game. Now, am I going to say that it's written in stone right now? No, I'm not. But I think I'd like to play those guys. So that's the good news is, we got 4 games here starting with the Hall of Fame game to get them some reps. So that'll be the plan. Personal reasons.
Jack Campbell mentioned him in the spring, just as somebody asked him if you've seen him out. He said, Chris is just a guy that always does everything right. You've kept him around here for a couple of years. What does he mean? What sort of opportunities he has?
Well, he's another one of our guys that's just a self-made man. He's done nothing but work from the bottom up, and he puts in the work every day, every spring. He's coachable. Always does what he asks, plays hard, finishes. And so, he earned the right to get some reps with those guys. So see what it looked like. And, we know what he is, and we keep testing him to see if we can get him improved.
You're in a good spot with the veterans at the top of your receiver depth chart, maybe a little bit more stable than you were last camp. But you do have a couple rookies in Tesla and Dominic here. What have been your kind of early impressions of how quickly they're picking things up?
Well, I would say both of them mentally have done a pretty good job. They picked it up pretty good. Scotty's doing a heck of a job with them, and they're both guys that they're getting all the reps, man. The mental, the walkthrough, then they take it out there on the field, and they're doing a good job. I would say, Lovett has gotten more of a, his pop more early out on the field, but I thought Tesla had a really good day yesterday. I can see the uptick now with him. So he's got to stack another good day, but that was good to see yesterday. And that's the first day of pads, by the way. So
He's clearly been hobbling a little bit. He's got that brace on his knee. What does it say, I guess?
Who's that?
Isaac. Just, pushing through pain. How much do you like to see that, I guess, with a young player that's willing to fight through it?
Well, yeah, you like to see it, and because here's the thing, if we didn't feel like he could handle it or he wasn't ready, he would not be out there. Our staff does an unbelievable job, Fish and Mike Clark, and so it's time for him to go, and so some of this has got to be, you are going to have to push through this a little bit, You are going to have to get the conditioning, the number of reps on you, because the more
Got hurt? Good. You have the opportunity to get better.
you do, the stronger you are going to get, because you are ready for it. It's just not, it's going to be a little uncomfortable. And so, it means a lot to have a young guy who's willing to press and push, because they don't all know that yet, and they start figuring it out, so it's good. Yeah. Phip and I are pretty excited. He shows up. He shows up out there on the perimeter. Some of his gunner work, his popped, and he's somebody we might see if we can get some return reps as well. Punt return / kickoff return. So there's something in there. And actually, I would say as a group, Phip and I yesterday, but Phip calls them the Blue Man Group, all right, which is rare, to have about 4 or 5 receivers that are popping on special teams right now early, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because you guys know, and they know, they've been told, man, if you can help on special teams and continue to develop at your role in your position, there's a place for you.
And staying with your wide receivers, we see the development of Jamison Williams. We see him making plays. What are the points of emphasis for him as he continues to develop the next couple weeks?
Yeah, so he is. We were watching last night. We're watching one-on-one reps as a staff again, watching the team as a collective whole staff. And just to watch his development, man, the discipline of his routes, the strength that he's obtained, the explosiveness, he's starting to figure it out now. He's starting to figure out his body, what he can do. He's much more detailed, and so he's becoming, he's beginning to tap into what he really has. But he's just gotten there. You know what I mean? He's still got so much room to grow. And so you want to ask, and this is, man, don't let the run game stuff slip. You're still a headhunter. He's always been. That's one of the things I loved about him when he was coming out. And so, of course we want that ascension. That's what you do. But, man, don't let that part of it slip either, because we got some runners now that can take it to the house, finish and do your job.
Highlights of camp in each day, but for us, and trying to summarize to fans out there what we saw, there's been a lot of one-on-one matchups, a lot of Branch and Amon-Ra getting after each other, Montgomery and Campbell yesterday. How much do you as a head coach feed off of it when your starters are just relishing those opportunities? Aiden and Panay for years now.
It's the best. I mean, it's the best. We are fortunate to have a group of alphas, and for those guys to continue to just compete and sharpen each other and work. I mean, you just
swear
watched,
I say all this shit.
For example, our one-on-one tackle drill yesterday. Man, David and Jack. In the first one, David gets him cold, and then man, here you go, rep 2. Jack learned a little something. Now he shaved a comb there, but he did learn. He learned from it and came back and competed and got better. And man, I said it yesterday. This is how you just continue to raise the floor and you get better and better. And that's not true. I do watch what's out there. We have a camera on you guys, all right? And so we take a highlight of the day.
We're
and we show
watching
the
you.
team, all right? So you never know what that might be, guys. You never know. All right.
Dan, do you have a favorite, going off that I guess a little bit, do you have a favorite position drill to watch or a favorite drill that you perform as a player yourself?
A favorite group to watch? Man, that's a favorite drill. Well, yeah, you know what? One of the drills that I really love, and this was implemented last year offensively, was it's basically our catch and run, but it's catch, knife, and both receivers. You got your quarterback. Both receivers are running around the bag. One of them is going to get the ball. And then one of them has to immediately turn into a blocker for that runner. I love that one because you come out, you don't know who's getting it right when you turn the bag. And the minute that one catches it, man, you got to turn and burn and make the block. And then he's got to make the adjustment off of the blocker. So it all happens fast. And it's just, it kind of initiates the run after catch, the block after catch.
Hell yeah, Sam. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, dude. My guy. You do what you do, brother. You got to get them reps in when you can. Good. It's okay to be late if you're getting in those reps. You have the opportunity to get better. Good. Fuck yeah. JMO is mentally limited. Maybe, but Mr. Tracy, the coach, has seemed to say he's really coming around. Don't compare Ahmed to. Yeah, I did see that. Brent DeWitt said that people are saying that Hassanin is JMO on defense. His energy is like insane. He's got this super high motor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hutch beating Sewell and Pads. All I need to see Hutch is back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Sam. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Well, Brent, actually, dude, speaking of Hutch, let's go ahead and talk about Aiden Hutchinson. Ha! You think I'd stacked it like this? Hot dog, fellas. Look at this. More. Tim 20, man. Cam notes Hutchinson is dominating to start training camp. Dominant. He's dominant to start training camp. That's right. He is our thumbnail cover boy. You guys stuck around to the end of the show. Defensive coordinator Calvin Shepard raised a few eyebrows Thursday when answering a question about veteran edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson. He said the fourth-year edge rusher looked even better this year coming off a major leg injury than he did last year when he was on a Defensive Player of the Year path before the old tib-fib decided to wrap itself around Aleem McNeil's big old fat ass and snap itself. But you know what? He finished the play. You got to give Hutch credit. He finished the play. After watching Hutchinson through four acclimation practices on Friday, first padded practice, it's really hard to disagree with Shepard. Hutchinson has been dominant. There's always a little bit of mental and physical hurdle players have to overcome when coming back from a severe injury, like a broken leg Hutchinson suffered in Dallas Week 6. The moment for Hutchinson came the first day of OTAs when he got kicked and stepped on that leg. Great, and the leg felt great after the first practice. Since then, he said, it's been just football as normal. Quote, it takes a lot of those physical things to happen. You mentally kind of solidify where you're at and the confidence and moving past it. Now it's just about being the best Hutchinson can be, and the Pro Bowler said he's shooting for the stars in 2025. He was leading the NFL in both sacks and QB pressures when he was injured last season, when leading candidate for defensive and was the leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. I'm at a point now in my career where if you're like shooting for the stars every year, Hutchinson said in aspirations for the 25 season. If that's not the expectation and the standard you put to yourself, it's got to be that way. Those first couple of years, you're getting in the league and you're figuring it out. Now, it's every year the standard is what it is. For what it's worth, Hutchinson reminded media members Friday that he had the best season at the University of Michigan in 2021 after breaking his right ankle the previous year in November of 2020. He had 14 sacks, 17 tackles for loss, and as a senior and ended up being the number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft by the Lions. He joked he's hoping for that same kind of bounce back in 2025 after missing most of 2024. Watching Hutchinson through the first week of training camp, it's really easy to project him having a monster 2025 season. Last season, we had to wait until week 2 of the regular season to see defensive tackle DJ Reed take the field for Detroit. He was rehabbing a quad. This is going to be about DJ Reed. I don't care about DJ Reed. He's old, but this time around, DJ Reader, sorry. This time around, Reader's been taking part in camp since day 1 in his second season in Detroit, and he's made his presence felt in the middle alongside first-round pick Tyleek the Freak Williams. His presence was particularly felt Friday in the first padded practice of camp as he would push the pocket multiple times and stuffed a few runs, even drawing loud praise from head coach Dan Campbell on one rep. First day of pads is always fun. It's fun when you get your moments and things go out that way. I think more so you just get to see what you're about the first day. It's all about how you respond and how you get better. The Lions ranked 4th in the NFL last year in total pressures from an interior of the defensive line with 132, but that was with team leader in the category Levi Onwuzurike, who they won't have for 2025 because of a torn ACL. They'll need Reader, Williams, Aleem McNeil when he gets back, Roy Lopez and Pat O'Connor and others to step up to be a force inside. Reader had 3 sacks and 8 QB hits in 15 games last season, and those numbers could improve significantly if defenses have to contend with a healthy Aiden Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport along the edge for an entire season. Real evaluation begins. Friday's first practice meant taking drills in physical 11-on-11 team periods. The intensity ramped up, and Campbell admitted Friday that it was a real start of training camp in his mind. All right, first day of pads, so we're excited to see the guys roll, he said before taking practice. This is where the real evaluation takes place. So it's kind of been building to this, getting their bodies ready for this, and now we go. So this is where you find out who is and who isn't. This is how the game is played, and it's played in pads. So we're excited. Staff is excited. Players are excited. Ready to roll. Extra point after leaving practice Thursday due to an injury. Cornerback Terrion Arnold and linebacker Derek Barnes were both practice on Friday, so that's a good thing. So Hutch is turning it on, and if he's already smoking Penei Sewell, who is all world, all everything, defensive end or tackle or offensive tackle. Oh my God, my brain is cooked. And we all know that where I stand with Penei Sewell, he is a future Hall of Famer, and Faden Hutchinson's cooking him in practice after coming back from a broken tib fib. Oh, man, Jordan Love better be shitting in his pants. Better be just shitting in his pants. We're going to go ahead and watch this Aiden Hutchinson video. Then we'll get out of here. A break is easier mentally than a ligament or a tendon, Sam. Yes, you're correct, dude, because the bone, it's structurally more sound. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more. Dude, they're just running back-to-back Frankenmuth insurance ads. Did y'all see Ben Johnson was heated at Williams throwing picks? Yeah, dude, I seen Ben Johnson losing his shit over Caleb Williams looking like exactly what we think he is. Trash. He's just looking like trash. Guy can't make a decision.
Like you had a sack fumble in there. How ready are you for things to be alive?
I can't wait, you know. Camp is always, it's a grinder. Oh, I can hear myself in some microphone. Camp is always, it's a grind, you know, so you always, in these hard days, you look forward to September when we're opening up with Green Bay. So that's kind of the thought pattern. Everything is to get ready for that game.
Is football field normal, natural again?
Oh yeah, football. It's been feeling normal for a long time now.
What was the point where you kind of felt like, okay, I feel like myself?
I would say first.
Mr. Detroit City, what list? Are you still talking about this list? What list? We were told that there is no list.
OTAs, I went out there. I got kicked, stepped on. You think about everything under the sun on this leg, and after practice, I got up and I was like, well, all right, you know, we're good. And I think it takes those physical things to happen to you to mentally kind of solidify where you're at and the confidence and moving past it, you know.
We didn't see you and Marcus together for last year.
Yeah.
You went down week 3, but kind of the Twin Towers out here really
Yeah.
causing some havoc.
Yeah.
How good is it to have him back there, and what do you expect from that combo if you guys can stay together?
Yeah. Yeah.
A million sacks.
I'm willing it this year. We are staying together. There's no other way. There's no there's no other alternative. So yeah, when we're out here together, I have the utmost confidence in him and his abilities, and I know he feels the same about me. And we're still trying to think of a pass rushing duo name. So that was in the talks today. We'll get back to you.
Aiden, it's one thing to recover. It's another thing for your defensive coordinator to come out and say that you look better already. How did you recover but also improve over the last few months?
You know, I've been working out for 9 months now, you know, so it's if I wasn't better physically and obviously I got another year in the league, so mentally you're taking more steps up, so it's really I would hope that'd be the case, you know, as you progress from a year-to-year basis. I'd hope that I continue to you know, stay on that upward trend.
What are your expectations for this year? Because I mean, you were on your way to being the MVP last year.
Mhm.
You're on that trend. So just coming back from that, what is your goals for this season? Just maybe more individually than team. We obviously all know what the team goal is.
For sure. I mean, I'm at a point now in my career where it's like, you know, you're shooting for the stars every year, and that's if that's not the expectation or standard you put to yourself, and I don't think it's got to be that way. And so I think from here on out, those first couple of years, you try to you know, you're getting in the league, you're figuring it out, but now it's every year the standard is what it is.
What have you seen from rookie Tyleek Williams besides you so far?
Tyleek, he's been great, man. He's a big body. I'm really looking forward to seeing him progress and to kind of get acclimated. You know, it's tough being a rookie. You figuring stuff out, playbook, and you're playing defensive tackle. There's a lot going on, so I think he's handled it very well, and I really am. He's a great dude too. I love working with him. So it's going to be exciting to see how he grows and develops in these next few weeks before week 1.
What's it like having Reader back here? He wasn't here from camp yesterday. So now you got,
That's right.
You got two really big kind of physical guys
Yeah.
who push the pocket inside. Just, have you noticed the difference with those two guys here?
It's great, man. I mean, when we're out here, I look at the defense, you look at our back end, you look at our linebackers, and I see who we got up front, and that's without Aleem too. I just have a lot of confidence in our guys, and I think it's going to be a really fun year. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say besides that. When I look at that unit, you trust,
How much of your confidence and your progression derived from the fact that you overcame the broken ankle and then having your best season in college? So you've been down this road.
That's fair. That's a good point. It's like you said, I've had my best seasons coming back from something, and this is the last one, by the way. So I'm gonna get that out there. But yeah, we're gonna be shooting for that same trend.
Don't fucking curse yourself, bro.
I feel like I'm in a great spot. Body feels good, and just a matter of time now.
Yesterday, Kelvin said that you look better than you did at the start of last year or last summer. What is your confidence level in that? Do you feel like you're even better player than you were last year?
Absolutely, yeah. Again, if I would.
Well, Sam, I agree with you. I still can't believe Jacksonville passed on him, but we should be ever so grateful that the Jacksonville Jaguars and Duval can't figure shit out, because if they had taken Hutch #1 overall, man, we'd be sitting here with a mouthful of sour grapes.
Wasn't progressing every year, I think there'd be an issue, so that will always be the standard.
What do you like about Shep now stepping into that role?
He's great, man. He's great. He's really just in the few months I've had working with him as a D coordinator, it's been amazing. He holds us to a standard that is very, very high, and he expects the most of us. And it's a great relationship we have with him. As players, you want to be the best for your coach, and he's been really good. He's one of the best I've been around in terms of X's and O's and understanding defensive schematics. So I think players, all of us, we have all the trust in him.
In that same like Casey too, maybe,
Yeah, Casey's a similar way, very much schematic oriented, very, very smart. Came in here, changed a few things, and it's that similar thing. It's like the players, we trust what the coaches are putting in front of us, and ultimately that's all you want from a player-coach relationship.
If I'm not mistaken,
guys, time for 2 more, please.
You've had a different defensive line coach every year.
That's right. That's right.
There's something to be said about continuity, but is there maybe like an advantage to just having that many different points of view as well?
That's one way to look at it. That's for sure. Yeah, it's been a little volatile in the room with the coaches, so I'm just hoping one of them sticks, and we can get just a little continuity. But I mean, like you said though, I have learned so much from all these different coaches, and it really it makes you understand the game more and how different coaches will approach things, and they all have their differences. So yeah, there's that perspective in it, but there's also a perspective in wanting a little bit of continuity with the years, but it's good because we have a lot of the same, like me and Aleem and Levi, like we have a lot of these guys that have DJ now, kind of we're going to be playing together for a few years, so it's kind of whatever coach you plug in there, we're gonna have our core group of guys, and that's all that matters.
Aiden, with Marcus and Ahmed, what gives you confidence in that room, especially with the others as well?
Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
Yeah, with Marcus and adding Ahmed,
Yep.
the others in that room, what gives you confidence in the defensive end room?
What gives me confidence? I think Ahmed has a chance to be a great player, and Marcus is Marcus. It's kind of he's a beast. So it's talk about confidence. I mean, I got all the confidence in the world.
Rachel, last one. Thank you.
Oh, one more.
You know what? I've never worn these in my life, and I found them in my locker, and I put them in there today. So, yeah, it is a nod to Michael Jackson. Good. I like you picking up on the details.
On Shep, when it comes to his enthusiasm, we know he's a player's coach, and you guys really enjoy playing for him, but he's loud, he's vocal out there on the sidelines, competing with his other assistants, and just among the defense. What does that energy bring to you guys maybe when the rain's starting to come down and we're getting into these reps?
Yeah, it's great. You definitely got to have thick skin when that meeting room with Shep. You know, he says it like it is, and that's why we all respect him. You know, there's no sugarcoating, and that's, you know, again, that's why we all respect him. So when we get out here, they're making a couple plays on us. I'd expect nothing less than for him to get on our asses and stuff. So yeah.
Good. Whoops. Shit. Pause that. Sorry. All right, guys. So Hutch confident. Coaches confident in Hutch. Hutch confident in the players around him. We actually like what we see. Hutch confident in Calvin Shepard. So we like to hear. Big praise coming from him. That will be it today. We talked about the UFL relocating some teams. We do have one quick little thing before we finish this up. We talked about the UFL relocating our Michigan Panthers because it's stupid, stupid, stupid. We talked about Action Jack Campbell and how he's going to be ascending to elite level status come hell or high water. He's slowly become Jared Goff on defense, a cool, quiet, confident leader who goes out there, does his job, makes plays, and has a short memory. Easy to learn, easy to coach, easy to play. Let's go, Action Jack Campbell. We then talked about possibility that there are some rumors and speculation that the Lions might have made a reach out to just kind of inquire about bringing the services of the veteran Matthew Judon to help bolster our pass rush and our defensive end room as players start to get injured, players' availability starts to diminish, and we start to kind of hammer out and see what exactly we have down line of Marcus Davenport, Aiden Hutchinson. Do we have anything in Hassanin? Will Muhammad take another step forward? What do we have? And it doesn't hurt necessarily to reach out personally. I like the idea of going more with the Zadarius Smith route because the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. We then proceeded to cover a little bit of training camp day 6. That would have been Saturday observations from Tim 20-man, some things that popped off in a 7-on-7 red zone padded practice. First team looking solid. JG16, I'm telling you, 5,050 this year on his way to NFL MVP. And then we wrapped up the day talking about how dominant Aiden Hutchinson has been to start camp. And when you really look at all of the evidence and why that is, it's really not that big of a shocker. We know who Aiden Hutchinson is, and he's going to have himself a monster year this year. I can just feel it. Now, guys, before we sign off today, I just want to say that this weekend it kind of sucked. We got a bunch of, celebrities die in threes, right? And I'm pretty sure that the first one to die was the Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne. I'm a big Ozzy fan, not the biggest. I like his music, but I can't tell you everything about him. I do like rock, and Ozzy really just nailed it for years and years and years and years. Shot in the Dark is one of my favorite songs. And it just sucked to see him die, but it was not unexpected. Then I can't remember the actor's name, but Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show. I grew up watching The Cosby Show, so it sucked to see Cosby be turned out to be the monster that he was. And then we did get the news this weekend that Theo Huxtable also died, or I guess late last week, Wednesday, I guess. Theo Huxtable also died. Surprisingly, because he was young, but not surprisingly, because he drowned. Yes, I am making that incredibly hacky, but very observational joke. Just saying. And then last but not least, our guy. This one really sucked. Hulk Hogan died. Hulk Hogan preceded in death by his parents, Peter and Ruth Bolia. The Hulk has survived by an estimated 8.062 billion brothers. Hell yeah, brother. Rip the legend. You taught a generation of young men to work hard, say their prayers, take their vitamins, and believe in themselves. A true icon. You will be forever missed and remembered. Now, yes, think of him what you want and whatever, but the character that he played is, in fact, a true American hero. And it just sucks, So you can draw the line. Yes, he died at an earlier age than Ozzy Osbourne. But look at the, physical abilities of the two. One was still mobile, doing shit, right up until about the end. Ozzy Osbourne had just been kind of waiting to die. You know what I'm saying? But it just sucked that Hulk died. That RNC speech he gave last year when he tore his, the Trumpomania thing. That always kind of gives me some chills and stuff, just because it was pretty cool to see. But think of him whatever you want. I'm just saying it just kind of sucks. So. Yeah, I'm bricked for the season 2, Sam Armstrong. It's going to be a wild, wild year. So that's going to be it for today, guys. It's a little bit of slow of a show to start off the 5-day-a-week thing, but we will be getting more stories as the season slogs forward and we get closer and closer to the start of the NFL regular season. Thursday night, big night, and we'll be live Thursday morning to talk about it, guys. Remember, we're going to be here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at the Hat and Beard Show at youtube.com. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. That's what we love about you. Stay out of trouble, guys. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bonga bonga. Frig off.